With regard to testosterone, there's a few things that you could do. Number one is going to be increase your quality protein. Second thing that you could do is make sure that you are getting an adequate amount of sleep, because if you're not getting an adequate amount of sleep, that can hinder your testosterone levels. Another thing that you could do is make sure that you're... Hey everyone, thanks for tuning in. Steven here with Team Euphoric, and today I've got another book review for you guys, and today I'm going to be reviewing Your Blood Never Lies by James LaValle. In my 18 years as a coach, this is easily one of the best 18 books that I have read, and it's a book that I reference quite often and I use a lot in my clinical practice. In terms of who exactly would benefit from it, if you are somebody who is a nutrition coach, if you're interested in health optimization, or if you're just generally interested in learning how about blood work analysis, I'd highly recommend picking up a copy of this book. And now we're going to get into the pros of the book and what exactly you can find inside. But first, real quick, like the video and comment down in the comment section, as it would really help me out and help with the algorithm. And if you're either new to the channel or haven't subscribed yet, be sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on any of the content. Now let's get into the pros and what exactly you can find inside. This book, there are 6 parts to it. Part number 1 is the lipid panel, and in it you're going to learn how to analyze things like your triglycerides, total cholesterol, LDL cholesterol, and HDL cholesterol. Then part 2 is going to be the basic metabolic panel. In part 2, you're going to learn how to analyze things like glucose levels, also blood urea nitrogen, creatinine, and also glomerular filtration rate. Then in part 3, this is going to be the hepatic function panel. In it, you'll learn how to analyze things like total protein, albumin, globulin, and also bilirubin. Then in part 4, this is going to be your complete blood count panel. In it, you're going to learn how to analyze red blood cells, hemoglobin, hematocrit, platelets, and white blood cells. Then in part 5, this is going to be the hormone section. In the hormone section, you're going to learn how to analyze DHEA, cortisol, estrogen, thyroid hormones, progesterone, testosterone. Part 6, this is going to be optional tests. And in the optional tests, there are 4 optional tests in the book. There's going to be the homocysteine, C-reactive protein, vitamin D, and magnesium. And with regard to each of these sections, exactly the way that the book is going to work out is first they're going to give you a description of the different blood tests that you are looking at. So for example, let's say we're taking a look at testosterone. With regard to testosterone, part of the description is they're going to let you know that testosterone, it helps to play a role in brain function, muscle mass, also fat distribution, and energy levels. Then once you've gotten into the description of the different blood tests, you are going to learn what exactly the reference ranges are, and for some of the blood tests, you're going to learn the optimal ranges. Now, with regard to the reference ranges versus the optimal range, the reference range is just going to be a general range based off of the average population. So the reference range, it's going to differ depending on what region you grew up in, because depending on the region, it's going to be an average of that population, whereas the optimal range is going to be different from the reference range. So those are 2 different numbers. But with regard to testosterone, we're going to stick on that one right over there. The reference range for men 18 plus is going to be anywhere from 280 to 800 nanograms per milliliter, and that is for free testosterone. So if you are outside of those ranges, then we know that something is wrong. Well, once we know what the reference range is, then we know what exactly can cause high or low levels. So with regard to testosterone, a few things that can cause you to have low testosterone. One is going to be chronic stress. Another thing is going to be obesity. Environmental factors is also going to play a role. So things like plastic exposure, pesticide exposure. Then once we know what exactly causes it, we need to know what are the symptoms. With regard to low testosterone, some of the symptoms would be things like muscle atrophy, sleep disturbances, also mood swings, poor concentration. And then once you know what the symptoms are, then you know what are some drugs or supplements that you can take to help alleviate those symptoms. With regard to testosterone, the 3 supplements that are recommended in this book for low testosterone are going to be saw palmetto, tongkat ali, and also zinc. With regard to the supplements, this is not in the book, but my personal 3 favorite supplements for normalizing testosterone levels is going to be tongkat ali, calcium D-glucarate, and DIM. With regard to those 3 supplements right over there, in my practice, I've had a lot of patients come to me with low testosterone, and those 3 supplements in particular have been very, very beneficial. With regard to those, a quick note is those are only beneficial if you have low testosterone. If you have normal testosterone levels or high testosterone and you're looking to boost it a little bit more, then those supplements are not going to be beneficial because they're only good at helping to normalize testosterone levels in men with low testosterone. So if you are looking to boost testosterone and you're not low, you're already normal, those supplements are not going to help at all. But anyway, off of that, once you've known what exactly the drugs and supplements are that you can take to alleviate your symptoms and help you regain your homeostasis or your balance of your hormones, then the next thing is going to be what are some lifestyle changes that you can do in order to naturally bring your hormones back into balance. With regard to testosterone, there's a few things that you could do. Number one is going to be increase your quality protein. Second thing that you could do is make sure that you are getting an adequate amount of sleep, because if you're not getting an adequate amount of sleep, that can hinder your testosterone levels. Another thing that you could do is make sure that you're drinking an adequate amount of water. And then one of the final things that you could do is make sure that you are exercising regularly. When you exercise, if you're exercising properly, you're going to help to build muscle. When you build muscle, it's going to be very anabolic and it's going to help to elevate your testosterone levels. So those are just a few of the things that you can do to help with testosterone levels, and that is just one of the tests in this book. It is a great book. It has all of those different blood work levels in it. So if you are interested in learning how to either optimize your health or just learning how to read blood work properly, pick up your Blood Never Lies by James LaValle. And then for those of you who are also interested in learning more about blood work, next week on Thursday at 2 o'clock p.m., I'm going to be reviewing the BioSignature Modulation course. And the BioSignature Modulation course, it comes in two different levels. The second level, I actually took it with James LaValle himself. It was a phenomenal course, and it was very, very heavy and intense on the blood work side of things. So if you are interested in learning a little bit more about blood work analysis, I'm going to be reviewing that course next week. So be on the lookout for that next Thursday at 2 o'clock p.m. If you guys have any questions, go ahead and ask your questions down in the comments section so I can help you guys out. But that's pretty much it for today's video. If you guys enjoyed the video, be sure to smash that like button so I know to keep making these types of videos in the future. And if you're either new to the channel or haven't subscribed yet, be sure to subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell. It's going to be uploading new videos every single day. That's it for today's video. Thanks for tuning in, and I will see you again tomorrow.